Hi everyone, in this video we are going to learn about DGMS guidelines on how to find the risk score for mining activity, which is a part of safety management system given in DGMS circular number 13 of 2002. If you are watching this video for the first time, kindly subscribe to our channel Sorangavuli so that you will get notified whenever we post videos related to mining. The three main goals of risk assessment process are: first one is to identify what are all the hazards that are present in our workplace. Second one is to determine the risk rating using the risk score, whether it is high risk, medium risk or low risk, and to find the control measures for the respective risk. Third one is to review the whole process in order to check whether it needs any improvement or not. Now let us see the workflow diagram for the risk assessment process. First, we have to assemble the team, which consists of managers, engineers, supervisors, safety officers and workers, and we have to discuss about what are all the possible hazards that may be present in our workplace. After identifying the hazard, we have to determine what is the risk score for the possible hazards, and we have to rank them based upon the risk score, whether it is high risk, medium risk or low risk. And we have to discuss about the control measures that can be taken to reduce those risks. After identifying the ranking for the risk, if you are satisfied if the risk is very low or medium, we can initiate the process. But if you are not satisfied and if the risk is very high, again we have to review our ranking for that risk, and we have to think upon the better control measures in order to reduce those risks. This whole process should be reviewed periodically in order to ensure that the system is becoming more efficient, so that the risk is very low in our mining activity and we are avoiding the accident in our workplace. In this video, we are going to concentrate on how to calculate the risk score for a particular mining activity with some examples. The risk of any hazard depends on the chance that it will occur, which is called likelihood, and the impact of the occurrence, which is called consequence. To understand clearly about likelihood and consequence, let us see some of the examples. Now, let's consider a road and you have to cross that road. Now, let us think of what is the risk for you in crossing that road. Consider a situation. This road is only for traveling bicycle. Let us assume the bicycle as a hazard, and the road is only having less frequency of bicycle traveling on that road. So, in this case, the chance of bicycle hitting you is very less. That is, the likelihood is very less. Even if the bicycle hit you also, the impact of that occurrence is very low. That is, the consequence due to the bicycle hitting you is very less. So, in this situation, the overall risk for you is very low. Now, let's consider a situation. More number of bicycles are traveling in that road. Now, the chance of bicycle hitting you, that is, likelihood is more, but the impact created by bicycle hitting you, that is, the consequence remains low. Now, let us consider another situation. Instead of bicycle, let us consider a tipper traveling on that road. Less number of tippers is only traveling. In this situation, the chance of tipper hitting you, that is likelihood, is very less. But the impact, if a tipper hits you, it may even cause loss of life. That is, impact or consequence is very high. Let us consider another example. If more number of tippers is running on that road, the chance of tipper hitting you, that is likelihood, is also very high, and the impact caused by tipper hitting you is also very high. So the risk is also very high. Thus, risk due to any hazard is dependent on likelihood and consequence. To summarize, risk score is equal to likelihood into consequence. To elaborate further, likelihood is replaced by probability, that is, what is a chance that hazard will occur, into exposure, what is the percentage of time a person is exposed to that risk or hazard, into consequence. These are the various values given for consequence category. These are the values given for exposure category. These are the values given for probability categories. Using the values given in this DGMS circular, we need to calculate the risk score for every possible hazard identified by our team. Hope this video was very useful to you. Subscribe to our channel for more videos.